Now, it appears there's just no winning when it comes to coalition governments in South Africa. Recently, we've seen unions and agreements broken, mayors and speakers not sure if they're coming or going, while municipalities fall apart. This is all taking place ahead of the 2024 general elections. What does this then say about the future of politics in our country? Let's go to eNCA Senior Reporter Aviwe Mtila, who's following these developments. He is just checking how people are feeling on the ground, etc. Aviwe, I know that you are looking at coalition governments and you've been at council sittings where you saw all the fighting with politicians. But what does it look like on the ground as you drive around in these different cities? Are services getting to the people?
Well, that's the big issue, Maseko, isn't it? While these big bulls fight it out in council, it's the grass that suffers the most, and those are the lack of services that are being delivered on the ground. It seems like the advent of coalitions that we were introduced to back in 2016 is now headed to the national stage. I mean, the DA just over the weekend told us that it's looking to govern via the coalition come next year's elections. But how has it been faring really on the ground? In fact, I'm in Atteridgeville just to try and answer that very question. How has these coalition governments been? Let's take a listen to the people of Atteridgeville. Thank you for joining us at eNCA, but let's talk about coalition governance. 2016, you had them for the first time here in Tshwane. How's it been?
The coalition governments are not going to work. They're very much unstable, and that thing is going to tarnish the brand of Tshwane even more, because our brand has been tarnished. It's all about power. It is excluding us, the voters. They make arrangements behind closed doors that are going to compromise us as communities, because they just want to collect revenue, but we don't have services since 2016. There's no party that can claim that they've delivered services since 2016.
How's it been in Atteridgeville? You live among these community members. How's it been? What services are you lacking or are you having?
We have potholes. We have street lights that are not working. We've got crime. Our township is very filthy, and it used to be one of the cleanest. We have now lost the status at one of our biggest stadium, Lucas Masterpieces Moripe Stadium. We no longer have that status to host PSL soccer teams playing here because of lack of sales. So there's no service delivered at all from the city. I'm sitting here with a bill. I'm just surprised. An elderly person who's a pensioner living with a disabled person. They've billed that person 833,679 by the municipality. They said they've estimated water to 20,541. This is not happening. There is a lot of maladministration. I guess this is not about politics now. There is an elephant in the room there. This finance department and revenue collectors and debt collectors must be visited by all the regions of Tshwane, because the rot is in that offices. We are busy focusing on mayors, and we are still receiving these things from Uma Banda, who was expelled by the city for cooking the books. 10 billion has been lost. The media is downplaying this, and people are still making arrangements on these things. And some councillors, ward councillors we voted for, are busy tricking our elderly people to go and make arrangements unsuspectingly so. So there is no holy cow in politics. We are going to dethrone all the municipal monarchs in 2024, DA or whatever, we don't care. We are going to do it because we are calling for depoliticizing of that municipality. It doesn't need a rocket scientist. We've done it all. All the outreach programs have done them. So they are going, all of them, they're not going to get our votes.
Okay, let me get word then from the very gogos that you speak of. Mama, I see you pete something on the hand, yeah? How has the coalition governance been for you since 2016?
From 2016, mo pensioning ki patela chelete e kana abo 5,000, 6,000. Kore ho patetse 6,000 kgwedi e tlang e tla ere 8,000. Hona yaanong ke kry-ile letter of demand ya 58,000. Nako itse ya ka e tšhelete e kana ka 58,000 ke le pensioner. Ke ne ko itse superintendent o re nna ke itse ka e tšhelete e kana ka 58,000.
Municipality bills adding up to some 58,000. That's something that she says she can't afford as a pensioner, Maseko. So let me rope you in. Have you been getting the services that you need in the community of Atteridgeville since 2016?
No, the service was not well. I can give reasons why. First of all, City of Tshwane, they were what they were doing is the billing system was not correct. And they also admitted that the system was not right. So we are asking them to go and fix the system, which they know is not right. And then they must also stop to bring those trucks, those small vans in the location, because we didn't invite them. And the other thing is, what amazed us is that they bring a letter of demand, whereas we are waiting for receipts for rents. So where do they get money to pay those people to bring those letters of demand, whereas they don't have money to send us a receipt for the rent? So what I can say is that Atteridgeville is filthy, and it was not like that before. So that shows everybody who's put there is not doing his job. What they know is just to put money in their own pockets. So people of Atteridgeville are all tired, and that they want that people should pay the same amount for the rent. So that is why we as Lotus Garden, Atteridgeville Soulsville Civic Association, agreed that they should pay 300 rands, those who are not working. And that those who are working, they should pay 500 rand. So MEC, Mr. Sutton, he was here, he heard everything, and he acknowledged everything that we said. So people are still waiting for the results of other forms that they filled last year. Forms of affordability assessment forms of POPs, forms of the government people, what do you call, rebates. We're still waiting. Instead of coming with the answer, they are busy coming, sending us a letter of demands.
Letter of demands instead of giving you answers.
That's right,
I just want the last bite, so maybe from you.
Yes, sir.
To get your understanding, next year we're heading to the national elections, and it seems like these coalitions are going to continue on the national level as well. How do you feel as one of the community members of Atteridgeville?
No, I feel we're not getting service delivery, and we don't need letter of demands anymore. We don't need one vans which are coming. They are terrorizing our elderly, and they are sick. You can imagine an elderly person, they come, they switch off her lights or his lights. Automatically he'll be sick. Yeah. So we're sick and tired.
Okay, sick and tired are these very people. I'll step out a shot, Maseko, so you can see some of the community members that have converged here after hearing that eNCA will be speaking to them. They've come out in their dozens. They want to voice out some of the issues that they have since 2016 at the advent of these coalition governance. It looks like it's going to be on a national scale now, as we heard the suggestions just from the Democratic Alliance as they were appointing their leadership. They were electing their leadership heading to next year's local elections. But on the ground, it's the services that these people that you see on shot that they're not getting as all these political bigwigs fight it out in these municipalities.
All right, Senior Reporter Aviwe Mtila live for us in Atteridgeville in the city of Tshwane. Let's leave it there for now.